severe storms. This is the late night hour edition of a weather update. So thanks for watching on this live video. It is Saturday night, almost Sunday morning, and we are tracking a line of showers and thunderstorms rolling towards the metro region at this hour. And luckily, these storms have stayed right below severe limits, so that is good. But we're going to be watching this very closely. So we've got in your lower right Mike Scantlin, who is tracking this as well, and will be giving us updates as we go through the nighttime hours as well. If you don't see me, you might see Mike hop on here live as he would take it over. As you know, of course, we're going to watch it kind of tag team here. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks to our sponsors, Half Moon Plumbing. We've got Anthem Pools, which have joined. We appreciate them. Empire Fence, HCS Roofing, and the Generator SuperCenter. Appreciate all of them as we track showers and thunderstorms getting closer to the metro area. Now, again, these storms have stayed below severe limits, which is great. We will take that any day of the week, of course. This is a live look at radar right now as the stronger thunderstorms move to the northeast along I-44. The storm in Bristow is intensifying some, has quite a bit of lightning with it right now. Also some more thunderstorms down northeast of the Wowoka area. And this is all traveling to the northeast. And again, we'll be in the metro region within the next 30-45 minutes. So again, watching this very closely. This is the latest times. Let's see, this would be Kellyville, 18 minutes. Sapulpa in 33 minutes. Glenpool in 37 minutes. Jinx, Tulsa, and Broken Arrow within the next hour as it continues its current trajectory to the northeast. All right, let's get Scantman on the line right now. Let's talk to him and see what he has to say on this late night thunderstorm tracking. I can tell he's just about getting on I-44, and we can see those lightning strikes off in the distance. So, what's up, Mike? How's it going tonight?
Yo.
All right, man. You're on live. What's that?
Good news. Pretty low key. These storms are below severe limits. I'm a little bit surprised and a little bit relieved also.
Yeah, definitely relieved. Staying below severe limits, which will take any time of the year.
Yeah, we need the rain, that's for sure.
We desperately need the rainfall. It's interesting to see, you know, kind of the reason why these storms are staying below severe limits. You know, as I would imagine that the cap is, these are pretty elevated. Cap is pretty strong. So, you know, it's probably with all the dry weather we've had recently. I think that might play a little part of it. We don't have a lot of green here in green country yet.
Yeah.
That's just my two cents on it.
I agree. It's kind of a sloppy forcing mechanism too. You know, you got the cold front dry line intersection out west, and these are kind of moving off of that.
Yep.
But the cold front's not really crashing through like it was earlier, so our storms are weak. There's less upward motion to get the storms to breathe a little better. So, you know, it's kind of a sloppy mode, and that's good. But I'm also, you know, these weaker storms with, they tend to have less of that big cold downdraft you get with the cold front type of storms that really just put a big X across any type of tornadic activity. So, you know, these are strong updrafts. They're not severe, but I still am a little worried of the shape of them. You know, there are a couple of little inflow type sickle shapes out ahead of them, but you know, I'm also kind of an alarmist this time of year. I haven't seen a tornado yet this year, so I'm just like, everything could be a tornado. Who knows?
Yeah, you know, further south towards Okima, I'm a little more concerned with this thunderstorm most. I think that has, you know, the most highest probability of becoming severe and, you know, creating some mischief as it moves to the northeast towards Henrietta and Okmulgee. Now, the thunderstorm complex right now along I-44 in Kellyville heading towards Sapulpa, while it is intense and it's producing, and it is intensified just in the past few minutes and producing a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, there's possibility of maybe some half-inch in diameter size hail, which keeps it below severe limits. But the one further south towards Okima is by and far the strongest. And so you're heading down southwest towards I-44. How's the lightning looking for you?
I can see some updraft towers off to the southwest and the lightning, and that's a welcome sight. I haven't seen convection in a while. It's been a couple months since I saw a storm. So that's cool for me as a storm lover. And really, I like events like this because we can enjoy the storms. I like that we have followers that appreciate the beauty of Mother Nature and storms, and storm lovers are they're like us. We just took it to another level, I guess. But
yeah,
we're gonna have some good storms come through the metro, and I think we're gonna be able to keep it from getting too rowdy. We're gonna be watching it in case it does, but right now it should be pretty tame.
Yeah.
In the immediate metro, I am still worried about the I-40 corridor, but they don't have any severe warnings down there, do they? They dropped all the severe warnings.
Yep.
Interesting.
Not one.
Well, there you go.
Not one severe warning, which is great news. I am all for that because I'm tired and I like to go to bed. I think we all want to go to bed. So.
Sure. How do you feel about the next round? There's another line out west. You think that's going to make it here? It looks like it's kind of petering out on its own too.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. It's really this line or bust as it moves east. Again, the strongest area is still Okima. I wouldn't be surprised if that went severe thunderstorm warning here shortly. The one moving to Tulsa is pretty. It's intensifying, but still, I'm looking on radar just below severe limits. Here's the latest update. Let's see. The hail has increased to 3/4 inch diameter, so that has increased. It's going to be in downtown Tulsa at 12:23. So in the next 20 minutes, that one's intensifying. That might have some strong winds with it and some small hail. But far as severity, still the one down towards Okima, where we could see inch in diameter size hail.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, but no inflow notches developing on this complex, so that's good. Really, wow, it got loud there, Mike. You got loud.
I did?
Yeah. Did you roll down the window?
No, I didn't do anything.
Weird.
My headphones might be a little wonky.
No, it just sounded, it started like the white noise. So, but now it's fine. It's back to normal. So what's your plan here?
Well, I was, don't do it. You can't just do that, man. You're in a 18-wheeler. Wait, you can't just drive like that, guys.
Especially this late.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Almost pitched me into the wall.
Yep.
If you're not at highway speed, don't get on the highway. Don't get on the highway at 40 miles an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah.
With Scantling. It's just dangerous out here.
Yep. I feel for you, man. That is dangerous this late at night. That's not cool.
Well, that's why you gotta pay attention.
Yeah, and a lot of semis obviously doing their job. So, but anyway, so most intense part of this thunderstorm right now in Okima, tracking to the northeast towards Henrietta, Okmulgee. Probably, if you take a drink, I don't know how many times I say tracking tonight, Mike. I think that's going to be my word of the night. Tracking. We're tracking.
Well, they are tracking. Oh, I can see the leading edge here in this base. Now that I'm on the 44 junction here, right at the Gilcrease split. So, coming into view here, but I don't have much of a plan, Mike. I just wanted to kind of poke down here and get eyeballs on this thing before it got to the metro and just kind of let it chase me home. But, I'm not expecting to be chasing this thing, really. I just kind of wanted to get down here and see it and then, bring it into the metro and call it a night. Hopefully wow, the structure is wild. Look at look to the left of the highway here when this next lightning strike hits. There's like a big tail cloud. I guess it's kind of a shelf cloud along the leading edge, but it's got some pretty interesting structure to it.
So,
big flat base.
Yeah.
Cloud ground lightning, that whole deal. But I mean, for a non-severe storm, it's pretty. And it's coming into the metro, gusty winds, and some small hail. It'll be a nice little warm-up chase, I guess.
Yeah. So some people are saying they can't hear you. Some are saying they can hear you.
All right, I'm gonna take off my headphones then.
No, you're fine because I've got it on.
Okay.
Well,
is
if
that better or worse?
how about this? If you're watching us live right now, let us know if you can hear us or not. So,
Testing 1, 2, stamp man, headphones.
oh, I can hear you great.
That's weird.
Hey, so you can hear just fine. Hey, you got a comment. Philip Cook Sr. says the guy on the phone is wound up tonight. Could you imagine all those years in TV if I could see like actual viewer comments while I was on live the whole time? That would be hilarious.
Hey, severe warning coming up through Creek County into the south side. All right, a severe warning the Okima storm.
Okay. All right. So severe thunderstorm warning coming in. I gotta make sure I got warnings on. So real quick, Mike, while I work on this, give us an update what you're looking at as that line moves into your area into the metro.
All right, so I am southwest bound on 44 here, coming out of the Tulsa, Sepulpa area. I'm coming up on the 97 exit. Big flat base, you know, there's quite a bit of lightning. You can get a pretty good sense of what the storm looks like in the lightning flashes. Pretty cool storm structure. It's pretty to look at. I wish it was daytime. We could really see, you know, some beautiful storm structure here, but we just got to do with a couple flashes of it every 10 seconds or so. But this storm is not severe. Just kind of wanted to come and check it out as it's what's going to move straight into the metro area. But, you know, I'm thinking I might break off and go down towards the Logan County just to see what's going on with that severe storm and hopefully check in on how that's going to go. But, man, I don't know if I can even make it if I tried. So,
yeah.
I guess I'll bring this one in and then take the VA Southeast and get ahead of the other one once this one comes in. So,
yeah. Again, that is what we've talked about, the most severe thunderstorm moving towards Mulgee County right now. Damaging winds up to 60, 65 miles an hour possible. Still pretty intense line now moving into Sepulpa right now. This line is intensifying. And I'm sorry, that does get a little louder as Mike does not talk. I don't know why that happens. Half-inch diameter size hail within this line moving towards the metro region, towards Sand Springs, Sepulpa, and Glenpool. And you are just southwest of, near heading towards Sepulpa, right?
Yeah, I'm almost to the Sepulpa exit here on 97. So I'm going to pull off on the exit and just want to look southwest and then hop back on once it gets close. But, you know, that corner's picked up as well on this one a little bit.
Yep.
On reflectivity, it looks like. So
oh, yeah. Yeah.
just riding that line between not severe and just barely severe, it looks like.
I know. Wind gust about 25, 30 miles per hour. We saw stronger wind gusts, obviously, the other day without the severe weather. Matter of fact, I got sandblasted so hard on my vehicle that Friday that it cracked my windshield in like little spurts. Yeah. And
That's pretty intense.
it's crazy. I got this real strong gust of wind on 169 and it sounded like I got sandblasted. And yeah, created little holes in my windshield. So yeah.
Oh, you got little pits. Yeah.
Little pits. We lost your well, hold on. You're still alive, right? Yeah.
I'm still there, yeah.
Sorry.
You know, I got my truck set up today. I got my extra consoles put in here that's going to mount my new live streaming system, but I didn't get anything wired up, so I'm using the my work phone to do this. So the next stream is going to be high tech, multiple cameras, in-car cameras, anemometer, wind speeds. We're gonna do it upright, and April 1st, big announcement.
Yes, April 1st. Big one. We are excited about that. All right, so we have severe thunderstorm warnings right now for Creek, McIntosh, Wagner County, Muskogee, Tulsa. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning for much of the metro region. And why this is not showing up on my warnings, I don't know. But I'll have to, there we go. Got it going now. So there's the severe thunderstorm warning You had mentioned that a few minutes ago, just wasn't showing up on my screen. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for this complex of storms. Wind gust up to 65 miles per hour. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning ongoing right now. Large hail, or some, I would say, small hail. Let's just keep it at that. Severe hail, which would be about quarter in diameter, quarter size hail, I should say, and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible. So we're watching this area really closely as it gets a little closer to the metro region. Thank you for hitting the like or love button on this live video, and thank you for sharing this with your friends. We appreciate the questions on here. The tornado threat right now is not zero, but it's pretty low. It's pretty low. What we'd watch out for is an inflow notch. Are you getting hail, Mike?
No, just big raindrops.
It sounds like hail. All right, so how are the wind speeds?
It's dead calm here. I'm just on the outer edge of that precinct core, right at the 97 exit. So I'm in Sepulpa, basically, on I-44 at the 97 exit. And there we go. We got a little bit of southwesterly wind here. Not much at all.
Not much at all. Good.
I think once the core gets heavier, it'll probably pick up. I'm just on the outer edge of it here, so.
Yeah, and you know what's going to be interesting? So this line of Sepulpa is going to head towards downtown Tulsa. The more intense line in Creek County is going to move to the northeast into southeastern Tulsa County. And it's this area that I'm more concerned with, the potential for severity. Further north you travel, again, some small hail and some gusty winds as this moves northeast. But it's this line down here that's pretty rocking right now. From Beggs down towards the Henrietta area, down south towards McAllister, all tracking to the northeast. Now, this line in Osage County, while it's strong, it is still below severe limits. The severe thunderstorm warning that we have ongoing right now, southeastern Creek, and this is extending out. Sorry, I'm going to turn that down. There you can see Scantlin and the heavy rain. So Mike, winds picking up a little there.
A little bit. 20 or 30 right now. I'll look a little bit to the left so you can see the water or the rain and the street lights here. So we're in some pretty good westerlies, probably 25 or 30 there in the strongest part of it. But, you know, nothing blowing around. Nothing too crazy. The anemometer's not humming on the roof, so definitely below severe limits.
And let me zoom out just a little bit so you can see. I've kind of made your screen larger there, Mike. Again, we're watching some strong thunderstorms moving towards the metro region. Severe thunderstorm warnings for far southern Tulsa County, Okmulgee County, Ofuskie County. The severe line is just moved across eastern portions of Creek County, Ofuskie County, heading towards Okmulgee, wind gusts up to 60, 65 miles per hour, and the possibility for some small hail as well. A lot of folks are watching. They're asking what's going on, how severe. Again, this is on the, well, I messed that up there, didn't I? On the severe weather scale, this is still pretty low. The tornado threat right now is pretty low. But it is Oklahoma, and these things can change on a dime. But Mike, right now, the biggest threat is going to be some gusty winds and maybe some small hail as well. And that's, have you seen any hail at all fall?
Not a single piece.
So radar estimating right now, hail, 80% hail, half-inch diameter. And that's probably just above the surface. It's probably melting before it even reaches you, if it in fact is reaching the ground at all.
Sure.
Again, further south, the more intense part of the thunderstorm, we're going to watch for any inflow notches that try to develop. And that way, in those areas, you could potentially see a spin-up occur. But right now, that's pretty much not the case. We're not seeing any of this activity really organized too much where we're seeing any type of tornado threat at this current time. But these things can change pretty quickly, especially as that low level, yeah, you see that MCWX app notifying you?
There it is.
Especially with that low level jet kicking up now over the next couple of hours. that might help aid in some type of tornadic development. But right now, nothing significant. All right, so what's your location again, Mike, and what you're seeing?
All right, I am in Sapulpa. I'm right at the Interstate 44, Oklahoma 97 junction here, right on the exit where you get off and go to the little quick trip right here. Right before the construction zone. So I'm just north of that severe thunderstorm. So the stronger storm is definitely to the south, but this is what's moving into Tulsa right now. A lot of cloud to ground lightning, a little bit of gusty wind, maybe 30 at most, and the heaviest pour. But, no spin. I haven't seen a single piece of hail, and, the wind is actually pretty mild. So, just some good thunder boomer moving into the metro. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be a lot worse this time of year. The parameters we had today were much greater than was realized, and I think that's a good thing. Even as a storm lover, it's good to have storms move through the area that aren't doing bad things. So
yeah.
So let's enjoy it.
Exactly. I'd much rather take a low-end severe thunderstorm than a tornado rolling through anywhere area. And our job is to help get people prepared for that potential, and we always hope that it doesn't come to fruition. Again, there was a tornado threat the Storm Prediction Center put out for today of 5% risk. It's still a little too early to say that hasn't materialized, but right now, not seeing any clear indicators. But I'm watching out, Omolgi to Henrietta, Mike, for the possibility maybe a little QLCS type tornado develop as this MCS tracks to the northeast, especially as that low level jet kicks in. We'll watch these little inflow areas for possible tornado developments. In a QLCS type event, they are small but weak tornadoes. Is that hail, Mike?
I don't think so.
Or is that rock?
I think it's just big raindrops. They're pretty large raindrops. There might be some just barely, not even pea-sized hail mixed in with that.
Are those just rocks on the road right in front of you?
Yes, in front of me that's just gravel.
Okay. I looked up. I was like, is that hail on the ground now?
I wish.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing some hail tonight.
Yep. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for southern Tulsa County, Omolgi County. Let's look at the latest. Let's see. Half inch, or inch, growing up to an inch in diameter, projected with this storm heading towards Omolgi. Quarter size hail possible, and that keeps in the severe limits. So that's moving the northeast. Let me look at Mesonet and see what our strongest winds are right now.
Now, velocity's got a couple of strange zones there. Faro, Walikka, Wetumpka, moving up towards the Henrietta area. Not spinning really, but it's kind of the spots you were talking about earlier. They're kind of a stagnation zone in the velocity that the type of thing I would be watching to see if it does start to come together.
Yep.
See what I'm talking about?
Yep. Definitely. This area right here near Waleedka, moving towards Henrietta. Maybe also near Sunrise and Woodard Corner, tracking to the northeast. So we're going to watch these little areas. This little inflow notch. That's what Mike was talking about right here. There's a possibility maybe for a little spin up to occur heading towards Henrietta. And that's why that severe thunderstorm warning continues. Let me go back to velocity real quick.
There's a little bit of hail. I have a little bit of pea-sized hail, just barely.
Yeah, Mike, that one down towards Henrietta, northeast of Waleedka, it's by far the best area, a little inflow notch. We find little inflow notches down towards north towards Omolgi as well. Now, the complex in Tulsa is really disorganized. It's intense, but again, just not as organized as areas to the south. Put the lapse on this is moving from southwest to northeast. Again, we're going to watch these little areas for potential spin-ups to occur, especially the one down towards Henrietta along Interstate 40, and that would continue to move to the east right along Interstate 40, eventually moving towards Henrietta and east towards Pierce and Brush Hill within the next 30-40 minutes. This line continues to move northeast towards Beggs and Okmulgee. Give me the latest track on this. Moving the northeast. It's moving about 30-35 miles per hour. This particular storm will take it into Beggs in about 7 minutes, Haskell in about 40 minutes, Stone Bluff in 38 minutes. Let me draw on another. Oh, I always do that. You think by this storm season we'll learn. Just give me a second. We'll track this heavier thunderstorm moving through southern portions of Tulsa County. This is going to be at about 40 miles per hour. This is going to take it through Glenpool right now. Broken Arrow in 22 minutes. Let's see, out towards east of Broken Arrow, towards Inola, in about 30 minutes. A lot of heavy rain there on I-44, Mike. Winds, not too crazy?
No, definitely not. The strongest core, the core is so broken up. It's so sporadic. I'd be surprised if there were winds anywhere in any of this stuff. It's more than 30 or 35. And not for more than just a couple seconds at a time. Along the leading edges of those stronger downdraft cores, where you might hear a couple of little ting-ting-tings of hail on the window, just barely. So, definitely not a severe storm. Just a good old-fashioned thunder boomer. And some heavy rain, really dumping some rain. And I think I'm going to come up into the metro and take the VA just to get out ahead of that southern storm, just in case it tries to get a little squirrely coming up through the river valley towards Redbird and Wagon, just in case. You know how it likes to do down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and again, like you mentioned, we're going to have to really watch out for the possibility for, maybe a little tornadic activity. Southwest of Okmulgee, we see an area of a little bit of a rotation. Far southwestern Okmulgee County. Let me go back to velocity. Right west of Henrietta along Interstate 40, we are watching a little area of rotation, little inflow.
How fast is that moving?
Very fast. About 45 miles per hour.
Well, I'm not going south on 75 and catching that.
No.
Definitely not. Okay.
It will be in Muskogee by the time you got down there.
Yeah, well, that's the direction I'm going, I guess.
Again, this line is going to continue to track east through the metro region. This line is not severe. This line isn't. The line of severity is still pretty strong, moving into Okmulgee right now, moving into Beggs, down towards the Henrietta area. Wind gusts up to 45 to 50 miles per hour, with gusts up to 60 possible. Some hail up to quarter size in diameter as this tracks to the northeast. You can see here's Tulsa, here's some shower thunderstorms moving towards Bartlesville, but by and far the most intense part of this line right now is just south of Tulsa, heading towards the east, towards Muskogee, and eventually into Tahlequah. Now this will weaken some a little later on tonight as the atmosphere is not as unstable east as it is right now. I think we're seeing the peak of this activity at this time.
It's overperforming currently.
Yeah, by and far. Luckily, nothing tornadic at this time, just some strong damaging winds moving through Okmulgee and Henrietta, also through much of the area, metro area, some moderate to heavy rainfall. What's your location right now, Mike?
I am coming into Tulsa here on 44. I'm kind of in that weird in-between Sepulpa, Tulsa area. Coming up on where the 244 split and the Gilcrease Turnpike split is. So coming up on the southeast side, still in Creek County, just barely.
Okay. And still just seeing heavy rainfall?
Yeah, I came back into the core there, but it's such a skinny little weak storm. I can't tell I'm even in the core right now. So,
Yeah.
So that's good news. Still, moderate rain, moderate to heavy rain, and, hardly any wind gusts to speak of, Mike. And definitely no spin happening on the storm moving into the greater metro area. Definitely more concerned with stuff to the south as far as severe hail and maybe some wind. And maybe a little bit of spin. Maybe.
Yep, so a lot of people are asking about Collinsville, some showers and thunderstorms heading your way. Skytook moving in right now. Wasso, these showers and thunderstorms moving towards your area, moving towards Broken Arrow, Bixby within the next 15-30 minutes. and then eventually heading towards Highway 62. All right, Mike, I'm going to continue. I'm going to go hop off now. I know you're going to pop back on as we go through the nighttime hours. Mike, I appreciate you. Luckily, these storms are just staying that low-end severe criteria with wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and some small hail. So we'll be hearing from you, Mike, as we go through the rest of the night. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you again. We will be hearing from Mike Scantlin. He's going to be taking over this page as we go through the nighttime hours. If something crazy happens, I'll be back. But my son does have a baseball game tomorrow early, so I'm going to try to get to that. Luckily, this stuff is staying a little more calm than as expected. So we are staying right on that low end of severe weather threshold. The tornado threat not really materializing, which is great news. Some small hail, gusty winds, and the potential for some isolated wind damage. If something does torque up, we'll be back on live. But now we're going to head back to your regular Facebook scroll. I appreciate you so much for watching these live updates. I appreciate you so much for giving shout outs to our sponsors too and using them. And if you do call any of these, whether it's Half Moon, Anthem Pools, Empire Fence, HCS Roofing, Generator, SuperCenter, tell them Mike sent you. That would help out a lot too. And that's what makes this possible here at this late hour at night. Hope you have a great night. Stay safe. We'll be back as needed. Scantlin's going to keep you updated through the night with live updates, and I'll be back as needed as well. So stay safe and God bless.